Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today, I thought I would bring you the Ship Showdown. We are now in the last stage of the semifinals. As you can see, the Mercury Star Runner versus the 600i Explorer. And the Mercury Star Runner is running away with this one. Almost 4,000, actually more than 4,000 votes more than the 600i. So in the final, we'll have the Argo MPUV Cargo versus the Mercury Star Runner from Crusader. I kind of predicted this in the beginning, so yeah, my prediction has come true. Now, the top 4 ships will get skins, so that means Crusader's C2 Hercules, the Argo MPUV Cargo, and the 600i from Origin, as well as the Mercury Star Runner, will all get some sort of Best in Show skin. I hear what they're going to do is give bomber jackets for each one of the semifinalists as well, and a backpack for the finalists. So who knows what that all means, or if that is what they're really going to do. It could be just rumors. I don't know. But it should be pretty interesting to see how this turns out. Now, who do you have in the final? Do you have the little Argo MPUV Cargo, or do you have that Mercury Star Runner winning it? I'm going to tell you, I think the MPUV is going to get the win. It's come too far. The Cinderella Story is going to finish. I mean, it was able to knock off Freelancer Max, which is not a big accomplishment in this case, but the Carrack, one of the best battles we've seen in voting in Showdown history, and it was able to knock off that contender, possibly the favorite. Then it was able to knock out the C2 Hercules, which was another favorite coming into the Showdown. It's the new kid on the block, and everybody thought it would be in the finals against the Star Runner. So the Star Runner had a little bit easier time. I only had to knock out the Razor and the Saber, and then the 600i to get into the final. Now the 600i has gotten a little more traction over this last few months as it's kind of improved a little bit in gameplay, but it still needs to be reworked, as we all know. So I wouldn't expect this 600i to make it into a final until we have a really awesome remake of it, and if we ever get that. So Mercury Star Runner, MPUV Cargo, which one are you voting for? Let's take a closer look at both ships so you can kind of get an idea of what they look like inside, how they fly, etc. First up, we have the Argo Cargo, the meme itself, the underdog, the Cinderella Story of the competition. As you can see, it does have a VTOL mode with the landing gear. Once you put the landing gear up, the VTOL mode will, I guess, go into more of a fly mode. Now, this little thing, what is its purpose in life? Why get an Argo Cargo? It doesn't carry a whole lot of cargo. It does carry some. What's the purpose of this little beast? Well, it's hard to tell, but it first came for free with anybody who has a Javelin destroyer. So you get one of these for free with that ship. As you can see, it looks like it has 2 sections. It's got the upper section, and then it's got the back cargo area. My guess is eventually you'll be able to pick up these containers about that size and carry them wherever you need to go. That little cargo box there is just for show right now, but I think in the future it'll actually have a purpose. Let's say your Hull C shows up in orbit around Levski, on Delamar. There's no spaceport up there. You're going to have to unload a bunch of boxes from that Hull C. So who better to do it than this guy here, the Argo Cargo? So you would more or less pull off one of the cargo boxes from the Hull C, attach it to a bunch of different Argo Cargos, and then fly them down to the surface of Delamar to Levski, where you can drop them off and go back up to orbit and get some more boxes. So that's kind of what this ship is designed to do in a nutshell. They really haven't laid out that specific scenario, but you can kind of look and see, and and tell that that's what this thing is intended to do. It's not intended to grab great big boxes. Though it would be pretty cool if you could do like a cargo train on this thing, you know, just slap a bunch of boxes in a row on it. But, you know, it would not be able to fly in orbit, or not in orbit, but in atmosphere with a cargo train like that. But I do see this thing actually being used to, you know, pick up a bunch of cargo boxes one at a time and ship them down to a planet's surface, or from one place on a planet to another. It's really good in that role. It does not have a jump drive of any kind, no quantum. So, you know, this thing is a very short range ship. It does come with shields, it does come with coolers, all of that. You know, just because it's a ship, it needs all of those things to operate. But you can see this bottom section should come apart from the top section. We just don't have that capability yet, which makes this thing even cooler. You know, it could be extremely useful. Now, how would you use it with the Javelin? Like, why the Javelin? And you can see it does have a jump seat in this little cargo bay area. But why the Javelin? You know, I guess it's used to ferry supplies onto the Javelin through the little Argo cargo hangar that it has. I don't know where they put the cargo boxes. I know that the Javelin's supposed to have a pretty good amount of storage for us civilians, and even in the military, I'm sure they have a pretty good amount of storage for, you know, food and weapons and medicine and anything else you could pull up. You know, those ships aren't made to house a ton of that stuff, but the Argo cargos would be able to resupply their Javelin, you know, main ship that they're parasited to quite well in that role. So that's what you can get when you're running the Argo cargo. That's what to expect. Great little ship for the purpose it was kind of built for. Now, what about this one? This is the Crusader Mercury Star Runner. What is the purpose of this ship? Well, this ship is kind of a info runner slash smuggling ship. It's designed to store a bunch of information on their servers secretly and transport, you know, that information wherever it needs to go, the highest bidder, or you know, who it needs to report to. This ship is definitely much bigger than the cargo ship that we just saw, the Argo cargo. It's very pretty, and you can get probably more paint jobs for this ship than any other ship in the game right now, and it's about to get another one since it made it to the semifinals and the finals of the Ship Showdown. So expect more skins for your Mercury Star Runner, as if you may not have enough. What else is this ship good for? Well, it's a good little multi-crew ship. It's got 2 turrets that can be manned. It's got a station, a scanning station that can be manned. That's probably where you're going to capture a lot of your information and whatnot. Something else this ship does really well is it can carry cargo. It can carry over 100 SCU of cargo, which puts it pretty much up there with the, you know, most of the Connies other than the Taurus, and maybe even the Freelancer Max almost. So, I mean, the Freelancer Max I think carries 120. This is pretty close if you include the smuggler's compartment. It has a compartment dedicated to smuggling goods. Now, it's not a whole lot of goods. I think it's like 20 or a little bit less than 20 SCU, but it is, you know, a decent amount. I mean, if you're gonna smuggle in the verse, this is a great ship to do it in. Definitely one to think about, you know, for multi-purpose. You know, it's great for a small crew. I really like the Star Runner. I know a lot of you do too. That's why it's being voted into, you know, the finals of this competition. I want to take you for a jaunt through the ship itself because it's decent sized. So you've got the bridge here, and this is the first ship that had switches in there that you could turn the lights on, you could lock the doors, turn the sensors for the doors off. So, you know, people would actually have to open the doors manually. As you can see, it's got a habitation area, and over here in the habitation area, you're going to see it's got desks, it's got readouts, you know, computers, it's got bathrooms on either side, a shower, you got lockers on the left there, it's got 3 beds for your crew, a light switch, both in the bunks and along the walls. So they really did think the habitation area out on this ship fairly well. This was one of the better planned out ships when it comes to building out the interior, in my opinion. Now across the hall here you have the recreational area, so your crew can go over here, you know, during long space flights and hang out. They can play chess, which that chessboard is fully interactable. You can use the pieces, you can move the pieces. As you can see, I'll accidentally pick one up, but I am able to place it back down. So you could actually have an in-world chess game going on. I think they've actually had chess tournaments. Some orgs and discords have sponsored chess tournaments on the Mercury Star Runner, which is pretty neat. Although it's kind of a little clunky interface, but it's not perfect. But you know, you could definitely do that. It would be pretty sweet. Also, let's move on from the recreational area. Let's go into the servers area. So back here on the left, you're going to have the turrets. The right is going to be the scanning station, and then you have all your servers. So you can see here you've got 2 turrets, which are pretty cool that they're, you know, in the same area, though that could be a problem if that area gets penetrated with a shell. You could definitely lose a couple of, you know, crewmen and your turrets. So you got the scanning section here, and this is where you're going to scan for your data. Those turrets each have 2 Panther repeaters on it. The pilot can also fire 2 Panther repeaters as well. They're gimbaled, so you know it's got a total of 6 Panther repeaters, which is no slouch by any means. Now if you're flying it solo, it's not great in combat. I would avoid combat if you're flying this thing solo. I'd pretty much avoid combat with it anyways, but you know, if you've got a couple people that are going to fill out those turrets, you can definitely do a little bit of damage. I mean, 6 you know, Panther repeaters is not a slouch. It does a good amount of damage. So here you can see the cargo area, and then off to the right here you're also going to see where you know, all your coolers and shields and everything, all your components are stored in this little area here. As you can see, you can pull the units out right there. You know, a little janky interface again. So on the opposite side over here, there's actually the smuggler's compartment. So if you touch this wall to the right, it's going to open a hatch right here in front of you. So this panel right here, you click on it, and then you can open the smuggler's compartment. Really cool that they hid that there. I like it. It's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, everybody with a Mercury Star Runner is going to know where the smuggler's compartment is, right? So it's going to be pretty easy to find for player characters, but maybe not NPCs. Now these tunnels in here, in part of the smuggler's compartment, can make it easier for you and your crew to move around the ship if you ever get boarded. So there's a lot of different doors you can go in here, and one even comes up underneath the chessboard in the recreational room. So once again, who are you going to vote for in the Ship Showdown finale? I'm going for the cargo, the Argo cargo. The meme has to win at this point. Thank you guys for tuning in once again and watching my video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button. Go check out my org. Check out the referral bonus in the description of the video. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy. I'll see you out in the verse.